Okay, update on Phil 28th August, I think. Who cares? First thing is going to be the heater, and next one's going to be all about the roof. Not good. So, I had an NT22K in here, which is much bigger than this one, and I've cut that up and made it into useless pieces parts now, but this is an NT20S. Looks like it's got the standard exhaust holes on the back. I don't know if that's standard or whatnot, but 4-inch duct here, 4-inch duct here. I'll get more to this later, whatever this thing is on the side that I built. The old heater's 22,000 BTU. This one here is 19,000 input BTU. The other one was 22,000 input BTU. Yeah, so much for being bright in here, huh? The way I figure it, 22,000 BTU from back in the day versus 19,000 BTU today might be equal, because, you know, advances in fan technology and all that, and how they curve the blades and all that, it might be just better these days. I don't know. Anyway, here's the problem. 4-inch duct, 4-inch duct over here. Factory ducts are 3 inches. This, you know, both of these, I got the one taken off, but this is a 4 to 3 inch adapter. And there's 2 of them. Only one duct here, only one outlet here. The one runs up to here right underneath the fridge. The other one runs up right in front of this. And the 3-inch hoses are running under here. Can't see them, I know, but that's okay. And they're being kind of crammed in there. 3-inch hose being crammed into a 2.5-inch spot. So, kind of a cheap way to go about it there, don't you think? Anyway, so the problem is, 1 4-inch duct, 2 3-inch hoses. What to do? I cut apart my old heater and I made this box. And what you got is, this is the new duct adapter. Kind of slips in here, you turn it like that, and you turn it and it kind of locks into place. The old one, not so much. It doesn't lock into nothing unless I weld it on there. How am I going to adapt that? So I made this little box here, welded it up, and hey, don't knock my welding. I ran out of welding gas, and I still got to get more welding gas. And I'm not a welding type of guy. But anyways, these slip in like that. So, got me a couple of clamps here. Got the duct that fits this, duct that fits this. They're butted up against each other. And I've got a piece of 4-inch of that expandable duct work in there with some aluminum tape on it, and when this thing sits level, this butts up against it, and as far as I can tell, there isn't any massive air leaks or anything like that. And if there was, well, I just take some of that aluminum tape and seal it up. So here's the plan. Let me shovel this stuff around here a little bit, and setting the camera down for a sec while I lay this into place. Fits a lot better since I cut that inch off there. And that's exactly where it fits, because I got my holes already pre-drilled. Screw holes where it's going to mount. So, that's how it's all going to fit. There's a little bit of a gap over here. I mean, so, you know, the hot air isn't rubbing up against that or whatnot, which is right next to the fridge. And once I put this duct adapter back onto this duct and clamp it up there, this will slip right into place right here, hopefully. Right where that ductwork goes. Problem with this is, the specs say that this thing wants 25 square inches of outlet area to blow through. Now this one here, I don't have a matching hole over here. The hole was up here, but the original hole was down here, so I'm going to put a speaker down here or something like that, and I'll drill a new hole and put the vent up here. No problem. No big deal. This one over here is a 4-inch duct feeding into 2 3-inch ducts. So that's, I was worried about that. I did some math and it comes out to be 26.5 square inches total. Problem is, this is going through a little bit of a restriction, you know, a deflector. Some of the air is going to end up coming out by the fridge here, and some of it's going to go up front up there. And hopefully the extra square inches will help take square inchage. Is that even a word? will help take care of that little bit of restriction there, so this thing shouldn't get bogged up or whatnot, because the cold air intake for the heating section is back here, and I don't know if that's, hopefully the hot air coming out of here won't recirculate right back into there, because that'll trip the high limit switch and shut the furnace off. If it does, I'll have to, you know, build some kind of baffle or just go crazy with the aluminum tape on this. And your standard wiring connections. I ended up having to use, yeah, that's almost seeable, isn't it? Had to use this dryer, half-inch dryer line, or 3/8. I don't remember what, no, 3/8. Flexible dryer line to feed gas to the unit, and once I get it all plumbed in and lined up and everything like that, I'll cinch these down with some hose clamps or something, and you know, make it so they're not doing this down the highway, you know, because that's bad. Had to do the same thing with the refrigerator side of things over here. You know, if I could just find a spot that lights up nice. But ended up having to run this flexible stuff through the floor right there. Yeah, there we go. And I'm gonna put some, like, get some relatively good sized heater hose, you know, just regular old car heater hose, split it in half and put it around there just to keep it from chafing. So I think it'll work. I just don't know. I couldn't find a heater that fits exactly, and especially with them using this new style of duct going to 3 inches, you know, just big problems. I can't replace the hose because I ain't got enough room between the floor of this and the top of this. Like I said, the 3-inch hose underneath here is already being, it's a 3-inch hose already squeezed into about a 2.5-inch spot. So what are you gonna do? Make it work. That's what I'm gonna do. Make it work. Yeah, I think that's about it for that. The water heaters, I haven't done anything with that yet. I still got to wire that up, but it's in place. It ain't leaking. And this pump, the pump has been shut off for, God, almost a week now. See if there's any pressure left in it. Look at that. Okay, a little water, that's alright. Or a little air in the water, but the damn thing still got pressure in it. So I'll pump her up again here. See how long that takes to bleed off. That didn't run the fastest. The battery must be close to being dead. I ain't charged it in a while. So, yeah, that's the story on the heater. Not looking good. That's all I got to say about that. Bump. Didn't stop. What's up with that? Still ain't